Just now I've just been doing some sanding on this axe head to get rid of some of the rust, and now all I'm going to do is use this Dremel to try and get rid of this bump here where the axe has obviously been used as a hammer. Of course this is not at all necessary, but just want to clean it up a little bit. Of course even the sanding isn't necessary. All this axe needs really is a clean, but I want to try and make it look a bit nicer. So I'm just going to attempt with this grinding wheel. I honestly don't know much about grinding. I'm just going to give it a go and see what happens. This is probably not the best tool, probably not even ideal, but let's give it a go anyway. I think I'm going to have to move the axe. See, there's a lot more rust on this side, so I've already done part of it on this side. The camera isn't picking up just how bad it is. Just turn it around. Now, like I said, I'm not that great at this. I'm not that experienced with grinding. I'm not all that knowledgeable, but I'm just going to use this grinding stone on the Dremel to try and get rid of this bump, try to clean it up a bit. should hopefully do. Now, like I said, that was totally unnecessary, but I just wanted to do it, so there you have it. Now it's a different colour, so I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. I doubt sanding it will do. Maybe it will. Actually, that's not too bad. I'm going to continue with the grinding. Or maybe it would be better using a sanding disc. I'm honestly not too sure. Oh, I forgot to turn the power on. I think I might try and do this on all sides to try and make it look more even. That should do for just now. Now remember, like I said, I'm not that experienced with grinding. I think this is a P80 grit sandpaper. You see the difference from the side I just did to the side I'm just about to do. And it's the bumps like this I was trying to get rid of, where it's obviously been used as a hammer, not this tool's intended use. But there's no reason you can't do it, of course. There you go, see? This has obviously received some pounding, I think. I'll try and clean up the shaft, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that. It's going to be a bit more difficult cleaning up the top. I might have to get the vise out for that. Of course, working here is kind of difficult because I am just in the kitchen, just on the bunker, and I have to be careful not to ruin anything. So, clamp the axe down again. Needless to say, this axe is very dull. This axe is actually duller than a butter knife. So of course I intend on regrinding it and putting a good, reasonably sharp edge on it. I'm not entirely sure if I'll be able to video that. I don't think I will be able to. If I use an angle grinder, I don't actually own one. I might have to borrow one. I'll have to see. I'll have to do that outside, probably. I don't have a bench or anything. So, even if I do buy a bench, it'll be very difficult to film that, and it'll probably be too dangerous, but I'll have to see, so I probably won't. If I don't use a grinder, I'll probably use a file, in which case I'll do it here, and I should be able to take a video of that. I have filed Access before, and I think I do a reasonably good job. I'm not that experienced with it, but I kinda know what I'm doing. I can get a reasonably sharp edge on them. After that I might use some stones, I don't know, I'll have to see. I'm just trying to get this reasonably secure before I start grinding again with the Dremel. I must say, a Dremel is a good investment for cleaning up tools and sharpening tools. That's as secure as I'm going to get that, unfortunately. That should do. I would like to say, I'll mention again, I am not really all that experienced with doing this. I've got a little experience. I certainly don't have any qualifications or anything of the sort of tool restoration or using certain power tools like grinders. I've got no qualification, no education in that field, so if you fuck up, it's your own fault and I'm not responsible. That is either if you get an injury to yourself or you damage something, it's nothing to do with me. I'm just showing you how I would do it. Or for people who have never done it before, who would like an idea of how to do it, this is just a rough guide. So if you copy me, hurt yourself, not my problem. I shouldn't have to say that, but I feel like I do. I do need to, because some people are stupid, unfortunately. I suppose that could be debated upon. Some would probably say I'm stupid for doing this in the kitchen, and for not having any training. Well, don't care, honestly. Of course, if you're going to use any power tool, you should always wear safety glasses. Shouldn't need me to say that. And it would be a good idea to wear ear protection and maybe even some sort of respirator, but I'm not bothered about that. I'm keeping it at a low setting, so my hearing should be okay, and there's not really that much dust. Just something to consider. As you can see, it's already a little bit better. My hand's all dirty from the rust. I can only assume that this axe has a high carbon content, just going by the rust. I honestly don't know though. Excuse me, I got a bit of a cold. I noticed with the Halterfors axe, I did a bit of cutting with it and just left it for like an hour and it had a little rust on it, and those are pretty good axes. I can only assume it's because they've got high carbon in them. Could be wrong though. Like I said, not an expert, don't know much about these sort of things, I'm just learning. I really wish I knew where my steel wire brush is for the drill. This would have made it so much easier. Maybe I'll try one of these sanding drums for the Dremel. We'll see. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do the rest of the axe. I suppose rolling it up like this would be the best idea. This is probably going to be the hardest bit to sand. You know what? I'm going to get the vise out. Because although I do not have the wire brush for the drill, I do have a few smaller ones for the Dremel. Although they're not steel, I think they're brass. That's what they look like. They're same colour as brass, a sort of gold colour. So I guess that can't really hurt to try this. Unless I get my finger caught, obviously. I'm so glad I put safety goggles on. Been hit several times in the face by pieces coming off the brush. Also got this other brush here. Maybe this might be a bit more effective. If not, I'm going to try the sandpaper. I'm going to give it a go now with the sanding drum.